Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. We have some new cards from the new set leaked, so I'm gonna take a look at that and review them a bit. First of the legend card we have Upstart Goblin. People should know what it does. In case you don't, you draw a card and your opponent gains 1000 life points. To be honest, I don't think that card will be that great, especially since Pot of Greed is also in the game. I think people will rather play Pot of Greed instead of Upstart Goblin. But Pot of Greed is a promo card with the Switch game, so not everybody will have maybe access to it, and the Golem will be more easily to get instead of Pot of Greed. So between Pot of Greed, Upstart Golem, I mean Upstart Golem can be good, especially if you play against a deck that requires to have lower life points, then it can be good, yes. Otherwise, I don't think that Upscrolling would be better than Pot of Greed, but it's nice that they make Upscrolling into Rush 2, so that's fine. Next we have the level 7 dinosaur that Hunt played in the anime. The Nicobasaurus of the Great Sneeze, so prepare your mask because he's gonna sneeze at you. They even wore an anime mask when he appeared on the field. Nice Corona reference. So his effect is you can activate if your life points is less than your opponent. So I can see why you want to play Upstart Goblin with this dinosaur, so to make sure your opponent has more life points than you. By placing one card from your hand to the bottom on the bottom of the deck. Middle 2 of cards of each deck. Okay, both players and yeah, middle 2 on both player sides. If a monster was sent by this effect, deal 400 damage times the more numbers of monsters sent with the effect. So potentially that's 1600 burn damage. So that's pretty nice, since most decks consist of mostly monster. So that's a pretty nice effect. I would say 1600 burn damage. Just, well, you have to put a card at the bottom of your deck, but that's a good dinosaur card, to be honest. Next we have a level 3 dinosaur, Raptor. I also notice they're light. They're all light dinosaur types, so that might be interesting or not. So he's like the magician from the Yuga starter super starter deck. He has basically the same effects and Dino, draw a card. So pretty generic draw engine, good card. Probably a card you want to play 3 of. Next we have another dinosaur. Look at, I love the artworks, by the way. They are like really rich. Upstart King Rex. Also light dinosaur type effect. You can activate if your opponent has no cards in their hand. That's something that most likely always happens. Both players draw a card. If you both drew with this effect, you can also choose one Upstart Golem and you free GY and set in your spell and trap zone. That's now interesting. You could play this card in combination with Upstart Golem in a maximum deck. So you can get your pieces faster and make your deck personally smaller. You have more compression. So I can see this played with Upstart Golem, especially since you have basically 4 Upstart Golem comparing to 1 Pot of Greed. So that's a really good effect. But then yeah, while with Maxim it's pretty good. You need to consider that if you really want to give your opponent 1000 life points each time you activate Upstart Goblin. Also, it's not really a plus for the opponent since he draws at the start of his turn. anyway 5 cards, so that doesn't matter. Next we have another dinosaur. This time it's a fire dinosaur, so probably will be played in dinosaur anyway. There will be not probably an attribute locked, so they're more like have different attributes. So there's no requirement, so just effects and the top card of your deck to the GY. Then you can randomly choose one card from your opponent's hand and place on the bottom of the deck. I see the synergy. You activate this and up the King Rex, and then the next thing you do is with Pterosaurus Stampedera. Oh my god, this name. You put it on the bottom of his deck, so you can maybe have a second one of him, and you can do the same again. And that's an interesting combo to do, definitely. But it's worth considering to play. I mean, we don't have many dinosaur cards, so that's something you probably want to play, or you want to play at least Dinosaur Monster. So then we have our standard vanilla 1400 beta dinosaur. So nothing too special. 100 defense vanilla beta, defense type monster. Also nothing too special. And we got Jurassic World. Jurassic World boosts attack and defense by 300 points. So a lot just like the original Jurassic World. So that's pretty interesting, good, especially for dinosaur. That makes 300 points is a lot, to be honest. 300 points is a lot. And rush 2, so the level 7 monster would be 2700 attack points. That's a lot. That's pretty strong. And rush 2, especially that's really strong, especially for a non-legend card. Next we have the Dinosaur Crush. Requirement is you can activate if you control face up monster level 7 or higher dinosaur type by sending a card from your hand to the GY. Use and destroy one face-on card your opponent controls. Oh, it says face-down card, so you can even destroy a monster or a spell trap. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good effect. This like the Stark World card, but instead with paint, yeah, this need to control a dinosaur level 7 or higher. That's the only restriction though, but it's a good effect anyway. It's a good card. It's a good card. Probably will be played dinosaur. Last we have the trap card Dynamic Pressure. You can activate when your opponent declares an attack by shuffling 3 monster dinosaur type from your GY into the deck. So that's pretty good synergy with the level 7 monster, which mills additional cards. You make sure that you always have monster in your GY. All face-up monsters your opponent control will lose 1000 attack points at the end of turn. This is pretty damn good. Well, especially since I lose a stack for all the monsters, so that's pretty damn good. Maybe not for a maximum counter, but this pretty strong card. Well, maybe can be a maximum counter. You have like 3 of them, and you have 9 dinosaur monsters in the GY. But I'm not sure if you can even chain those. I think you should be able to chain. I'm not sure how the chaining works. Rush shoot, something it does, something it doesn't. I think you cannot chain those. What we also have, what's worth talking about is Yuga's new maximum cards. They look awesome. They're like now spaceships from flying airships. I don't know, planes. Super of Maggie flagship Magnum Overload. So they all have newer designed. This is his new maximum. So they all have their maximum effect. So the left one says shuffle one monster from your GY into your deck. Use a monster in your GY and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the show's monster's level times 100. Then you inflict damage to your opponent. If you say you can add that monster on. Wow, this card gives you a plus one. This card is +1 plus burn. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good effect. There are probably some cards you can use, for Reputation Max or something. So that's pretty good. Then we have the main monster. That's the main, or is it? Yeah, that's the main. Then this face up card you control to the GY. Wait, what? Face up to 2 months from your hand, then you can choose and destroy one spell trap card your opponent controls. Wait, this is the first? Is this the first maximum monster that doesn't have the generic effect cannot be destroyed by trap cards? What's his maximum attack? 3500. That's pretty standard, I would say. Yeah, here 3500 maximum attack. Oh, that's the first maximum monster that doesn't have the generic trap protection. I can see why, because he has Synergy with the first effect, and so you can special summon 2 monsters from your hand. They're also machines, so that's pretty strong. That's a pretty strong card. Maximum mode, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the GY. Because with 1000 attack points at the end of turn. This turn, this card cannot attack anybody. It can attack all opponents once each, and inflicts piercing battle damage. Wow, that's pretty strong. But like, the first effect is like supporting the main effect. The right effect is like, no, I want to attack. I want to do damage. But consider this card doesn't have the trap protection like all the others, other maximum monster have. Also, I'm not sure. I think you can't even get this in the normal booster pack. I think maybe you can, because I saw this no, this Tribute to the Doom. Can talk about that as well, because there's a special campaign where you can like trade winning tickets. I'm not sure where you can get those. Now we will be holding a special campaign which you can trade winning for prize gold tickets. But then also we have some playmats. I really want the bottom one. I would really like to have that. That's really cool. They also have the monsters field spread zone, everything on it. I would like to have the bottom one. The other one are great. I would rather have the characters instead of the monsters, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not sure how you can get the tickets. But even then, you need to able to trade them in, so you need to know somebody in Japan. Last thing I want to talk about is Tribute of the Doom. Also a new Legend spell card in the new set. Yeah, it's what Tribute of the Doom does. Sending a card from hand to the GY, use a monster on the field and destroy it. That's pretty dope. It's pretty strong. I can see that, especially since this is a card that works for every deck, since it's not locked to a type, I can see this play as a maximum counter. To counter maximum monsters, because you just can destroy it. There's no maximum monster spell protection. So that's a pretty strong card, definitely, especially for Rush Duel. So that's it about my video. I hope you like it, and we will see you in the next video. See ya.